first, and one of the biggest mistakes that so many of you guys are making when it comes to posting on Instagram, and this is why you're not getting the views or the followers that you want, you guys are so fixated on the hashtags that you're using, and you're making a ton of mistakes when it comes to hashtags. You're using irrelevant hashtags. You're putting hashtags in the comments. You're using way too many hashtags, and you guys need to stop doing these, even if hashtags don't matter on Instagram. Let's say hashtags don't matter at all, and they do, but even if they didn't matter at all, you guys are so fixated on these that you're not focused on anything else, and those other things matter way more on Instagram. That being said, all you need to know for the sake of this video is 1, you should not be using 30 hashtags every time you post. You shouldn't be using 20. You shouldn't be using 15. You shouldn't be using 12. I strongly recommend you guys do not use more than 5 hashtags every single time that you post on Instagram. In addition to that, do not use any irrelevant hashtags. Do not put them before the caption of your video. And please, for the love of God, do not put them in the comment section of the video. Do not do that. Leave them in the description. Leave them after you actually write a long description, which you guys should be doing. And let's get into the rest of the video. Because at the end of the day, there are so many other mistakes that you guys are making that are absolutely crushing. And I mean crushing the amount of views and the amount of followers that you guys are getting on Instagram. And for a lot of you, these are things that people told you to do in the past that you actually think you should be doing, but they're the reason that you're not growing in Instagram 2.0. What you need to understand is right now, Instagram is in the process of reintroducing organic reach. The things that helped you grow on Instagram in the past are not the things that are gonna help you grow on Instagram right now or grow on Instagram in the future. So please make sure you guys implement everything that I share with you in this video, because if you're doing just any of these mistakes, it's going to ruin the views that you're getting. That being said, I know that I was hyper fixated on all the mistakes that you are making with hashtags. If you wanna know exactly what hashtags you should be using in your niche on Instagram right now, please go to the pinned comment below, get into my free Instagram growth course. I have a full section dedicated to what hashtags you should be using. Now, mistake number 2 that so many creators are doing are you guys are using Instagram 1.0 tactics to grow instead of Instagram 2.0 tactics to grow. I just alluded to this, but to get specific, you guys are posting photos, you're posting videos, you're posting IGTV. You should not be posting those things. 99% of the posts that you do on Instagram, and I'm serious here, they need to be reels. You guys need to understand, reels have so much more distribution than anything else. They have so much more organic reach. The majority of people that see the photos that you post, the videos that you post, the IGTV that you post, they're your followers. So what does this result in? It results in you losing followers. If you only post on Reels, new people are going to see your content if you're providing them value, be it if you're a business, be it if you're a life coach, be it if you're just a meme account and you're trying to provide people with entertainment. Whether you're trying to provide education or entertainment, you need to post on Reels. It's going to get you more reach, it's going to get you more followers, it's going to get you more views, and ultimately, it's going to allow you to build a big business on Instagram. And this brings me to mistake number 3, which is you guys are not curating other people's content. And this is a mistake that so many of you are creating. If you look at the biggest accounts, the accounts that grew the quickest, and I'm not talking about celebrities, I'm talking about everyday people, the people that grew the quickest, their accounts basically look like meme pages, or they were actually meme accounts. And the reason that they grew so quickly is because they took advantage of other people's content. I'll give you a prime example. One of the clients that I work with, Baseball Lifestyle 101, they've built a multi-million-dollar business, and guess what? They don't make 50% of the content that they produce. Sometimes even more than that. Why? Because they're just curating the best baseball content around that other creators are making. Stuff that happened in the league, stuff that happened in college, stuff that happened in high school, stuff that happened in wiffle ball leagues sometimes. They're able to go incredibly broad, tap into all these different things, tap into whatever is popular in their niche, and they don't even have to make that content. They just have to curate that content, repost that content using a reposter app, and they give that creator credit, and that creator is happy to have them do that. Why? Because it allows them to get more views, allows them to get more followers, and it kind of reinforces the fact that people are liking their content. Now you're probably wondering, Rob, for my specific niche, how can I actually do that? And before I explain to you exactly how you can do that, please smash that subscribe button. I drop a new YouTube video about how to grow on Instagram, how to grow on TikTok, how to grow on YouTube every single day. So please, you do not want to miss another episode. In addition to that, I want to help you grow so bad that I answer every single comment that I get on my YouTube videos and every single DM that I get on Instagram right here. Please take advantage of me. I want to help you grow on social media. So, in order to find content that you could be curating and reposting to your page or just using to inform your future content creation, you need to go into the popular hashtags for your niche. Now, if you don't have a list of 20 to 30 popular hashtags for your niche, you're doing something terribly wrong. Anyway, you need to come up with those 20 to 30 hashtags. You need to go into each and every single one of them. Go into the Reels section. You need to find any post that has over 10,000 views, and you need to do 3 things. First, you need to watch that video. Secondly, you need to follow that creator and make sure that you're interacting with that content. Third, you need to then then repost that content, or you need to look at that content and determine, why did this piece of content do well? Is it the length? Is it the description that they wrote? Is it the hook that they use in the video? Is it the actual format of the video? Is it the sound of the video? You need to take note of all those things, and either you need to curate that content, repost it onto your page, and share it for other people to see, and maybe add to it. Write a better description, add a better hook, add a call to action at the end, or you need to analyze it and find out what they did that was successful, and this is gonna make you a way better content creator, because so many creators on Instagram right now are just posting whatever they want. They're making a random post, they're trying to come up with post ideas by themselves, which is crazy. You guys need to be modeling your content after success. If you see another creator do something in your niche and the hook was good, do that hook. Do a better hook. Do that same type of format. If you see them introducing a trend and they took really good advantage of it and they got 100,000 views, 10,000 views, 50,000 views, you need to do the same exact thing. Instagram Reels is based on trends. It's the same exact way that TikTok works. Well, not down to the T, but at a high level, it's kind of the same way that TikTok works. You guys need to hop on the trends. These are things that people are watching over and over and over again, and that Instagram Reels is recommending. And ultimately, this brings me to tip number 4, which is you guys are not going off of what has already been successful for other people on Instagram. So many of you guys are just using this as a shot in the dark. It is not a shot in the dark. Growing on social media is very systematic. You guys can look at what other people did, what they did to be successful, and then you can implement that into your content. Now, I'm not telling you to just look at one person. I'm not telling you to copy somebody. I'm not telling you to copy a single person, but take advantage of everybody else in your niche that is growing. And if they're all growing, they're all putting out quality content, you can implement a little bit from each of them, and guess what? That's gonna make you a better version than all of them combined, and that's exactly what you guys need to be doing if you wanna be successful on Instagram. Because honestly, you shouldn't even be posting an Instagram or an Instagram Reel if it's not based off of something that's already been successful. If you're doing that, you're kind of treating Instagram like a casino or a gamble, where you're just gonna throw something out and hope that it does well, instead of systematically getting better every single time, having a method behind the madness that's going on, actually implementing a hook that you know is going to work, actually implementing a post type that you know is going to work. You guys need to have a high probability for success on all the posts that you're doing, and the 2 ways that you can do that is by curating content and modeling yourself after success and taking advantage of the success that other people have had on Instagram. Lit with Prayer is a small creator that I've helped gain over 1,000 followers on Instagram in just, listen up, in just the last 4 days. And the way that he has done that is by beginning to curate other people's content and adding a hook onto his content. And ultimately, he's adding in a call to action to every piece of content that he makes, which is something that a lot of you guys are missing. You need to make sure that you have a call to action in every single video that you do. In fact, it needs to be in 2 places. First, it needs to be on the video with text on the screen in the last 3 seconds of the video. Secondly, it needs to be at the end of the description, because you need to be writing a very long description on Instagram for 2 reasons. 1, some people are on Instagram just to read. They don't want to actually watch a video. They want to read what your description is. But what this actually does, if you're posting a Reels video, is it loops the video in the background. This increased amount of watch time that you're getting, and ultimately, that's the #1 factor that Instagram is looking at when they're determining whether or not to push out your Reels. So if you write a long description, you hook somebody in, and then have a call to action to the end, you're taking advantage of both people that want to learn visually and people that want to read and learn. That being said, another thing that Lit with Prayer is doing an amazing job of, and he just started doing this, which is allowing him to grow so much quicker, is he's implementing curated content into his own content strategy. And this has cut the time that he spends creating content in half. You heard that right. If you feel like you're spending way too much time creating content right now on Instagram, it's because you're not taking advantage of other people's content. And don't think that you can only look at other people's content to get ideas. When you have a post do well, you need to do that same post over and over and over again. I'm not saying do the same exact post. I'm not saying to repost that post. What I'm saying is if there was a hook that worked, or a sound that worked, or a post type that worked, keep doing that for different scenarios. For example, if you're a fitness creator and you made a post, how to get big biceps, do that for abs, do that for chest, do that for shoulders, do that for how to lose weight, do that for how to gain weight. It's the same exact post format that you can keep doing over and over again, and you don't have to come up with a brand new video idea. You don't have to come up with a brand new video concept, and it should literally take you 5-10 minutes to film all those pieces of content or edit all those pieces of content, because going into it, you already know what you're doing based off of something that has already worked on your profile. The final thing that I need each and every single one of you guys to stop doing, and I see so many creators doing it, and it's killing the amount of views that you're getting. You guys are reposting your TikToks onto Instagram Reels, or you're running your TikToks through a watermark remover and then posting them on Instagram Reels. Instagram knows that. That's why they're throttling the amount of views that you're getting on these posts. That's why you're starting to get less views on these posts. If you would have asked me a couple months ago if you should do that, yes, you should have done that a couple months ago, but you cannot do that now on Instagram, because Instagram rules are rapidly changing, and you guys need to make sure that you're not doing that because it is crushing the amount of views that you're getting. In fact, if you're doing this, you would actually get way more views if you just recreated the post or took the raw file, uploaded it to Instagram, and then re-edited it within Instagram. All of that being said, if you want guaranteed growth on Instagram in 2022 or just in the next 30 days, you need to get into my mentorship program where I guarantee that I can help you grow on Instagram. In fact, I'm gonna tell you what to post, when to post, what hashtags to use to guarantee that you grow in the next 30 days. If you don't grow, I'm gonna give you your money back, 0 questions asked. Now, there are limited spots for this because there are so many people that wanna get into it, but I can only work with so many creators. So if you're interested, go to the link in the description. This is the same exact course that Tuvok12 took to gain over 100,000 followers on Instagram, that Devon took to gain over 2 million followers on Instagram, that Av Moves took to gain over 1 million followers on Instagram, that Joel Magician took to gain over 500,000 followers on Instagram, and so many other creators. I'm telling you guys, the organic reach on Instagram is not going to last forever. If you want to take advantage of this, you want brands to pay you for your posts, you want to know what you should be posting, what hashtags to use, what time you should be posting, and again, guaranteed growth on Instagram. Nobody has ever offered this before. Nobody's ever going to be able to offer this, but I can offer this to you right now if you get into this very limited program. So please, if you're interested, sign up at the link in the description. If not, I strongly suggest you check out the next 2 videos I'm going to put up on the screen because they're the videos that YouTube thinks you should watch next. Thank you so much for watching.